this is Chuck. I'm with Akita Advocates Relocation Team Arizona, otherwise known as ARTA. I first adopted an Akita back in 2008 and have been volunteering with them since 2009. Deb and Carol do most of the heavy lifting, and so I just help out on occasional public outreach events whenever I can. I'm just one of a small handful of volunteers that help with adoption and public events. So we're all volunteers. The last video I did, if you haven't seen it, we did at an event in Flagstaff. And surprisingly, for just kind of an impromptu video, I was surprised at how many views I got in such a short time. It I kind of had an idea of just putting together a short video here, and you see my dogs in the background because that's what I have footage of. Just some of the frequently asked questions that people seem to ask when they come up to our tent. Well, one of the first ones I hear a lot is, living in Arizona, how are Akitas in the heat? Well, Akitas are a lot like we are. When it's hot, you want to stay indoors where it's cool. They'll stay in the shade. They do most of their activity, walks and such, early in the mornings or in the evening when it cools down. And you obviously don't want to walk your Akitas during the heat of the day. You know, if the pavement is too hot for you to walk on barefoot, then it's way too hot for the dogs. So they just manage just like everybody else. The other big question I get is, do Akitas shed? Yes, they do shed, but typically only heavily, maybe once or twice a year, and it depends on the dogs. I have two of them, and they both shed at different times, but it's not unmanageable. There's nothing that a decent vacuum cleaner and a brush, some grooming effort on your part can't keep up with. It's really it's not terrible. So it's very manageable. The other question I get, how are they with cats? You know, some dogs are brought up with cats, and the other part of it is with the cats. I mean, how are the cats with the dogs? Are they used to the dogs? So it's all going to depend on the animals, but typically Akitas have a pretty strong prey drive, so they see smaller animals as prey if they run away, and if they catch them, then it's just bad for everybody. So normally you kind of want to avoid cats when you have Akitas. And the other question is people with other dogs. How are they with other dogs? Well, every dog is different. Some of the Akitas are best if they're an only dog, and others can work with other dogs. Typically you see male-female pairs, and I've also seen Akitas in groups, and it all just depends on the dogs. Typically we'll do, when we do an adoption, we'll do an introduction in neutral territory, say like at a park. I mean, that's where my female Akita was introduced to my male when they got together. They met at a park, not at the home. So that, you know, because dogs get territorial, and we just took it step by step, and it all worked out. You know, they had a couple of disagreements, but they've been together 4 years now, and you can see from the video here they seem to do pretty well together. Another one I get often is people that don't have a big yard, or they live in an apartment or a condo. I mean, how much exercise do they need? Well, the younger dogs will need more. The older dogs will need a little bit less. But you know, typically a half an hour to an hour or more of walking is just great for everybody. And you know, it's good motivation for the human side of the pack also, because the walk is good for us. It's good to have somebody interesting to walk with, and who's more interesting than a beautiful Akita? Well, I know obviously I can't answer all of the questions that come up. I will do my absolute best to answer any questions you leave in the comments. And I'll try and get back to, like I said, I'll try to answer all of them. I'll also include the ARTA contact information as well. So the website will be there, the email, the voicemail phone, and so your questions will be answered. With this video, I'm kind of hoping to make this kind of an extension of the public outreach events that we do, where we just talk to people, because more people can click on the video than they can make it to Flagstaff or any of the other types of events. So obviously, if you're thinking of adopting an Akita, do some research, look into it. There's a lot of information out there. There's forums. Don't just read one person's opinion, read them all, and make a great decision. How do you find a dog? Well, you know, you're going to have to find each other. You as a human can reach out and find on the internet, but you need to meet your dog. Your dog needs to meet you, and your dog will choose you also. And I think you'll choose each other. That's pretty much how it was with all of them that I've ever adopted. But anyways, if you've enjoyed this video, found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If I see good response on this, I'll be motivated to make more videos. Alright, well, you take care. Thanks for watching. This has been Akita Advocates.